Hello, my fellow human beings. Now it has really been a long time no see, and I hope I'm gonna be back because I missed YouTube. Due to certain circumstances, I wasn't able to spread thoughts I had. Concluding, I have to say, I volunteered in Ireland for 3 months. It was planned that I'm gonna stay for a whole year. 5 days ago I made the decision to conclude my experience here, and I'm gonna move back to Austria in four days. And it was hard. It was so hard. It was not a decision I made easily because I met amazing people here. I got to see the ocean, and the ocean has become a very big power source in my life, and giving that up is hard, but it's with me in my heart, I think. And I met amazing people here. I got the chance to try and make this world a better place, and leaving feels a little egoistic at times because I'm leaving a volunteer job, and I'm leaving because of myself, because of the lack of happiness I've felt the last month or so, or maybe 2 months. I did think about quitting 1.5 months in, but then my mom came to visit me and we had a week off and got to be in nature so much and see amazing parts of Ireland. Well, the west coast only, but I think that's the most beautiful part of Ireland, if you're gonna be honest. And then I was unhappy, then that time gave me strength, and I'm still in Ireland, but I won't be going to work anymore. I'm gonna say goodbye to the kids and the staff on Monday, and to people I met here on the weekend whilst I'm trying to pack all my life up into 2 suitcases. I cut my bangs over the kitchen sink a few weeks back. They're actually pretty long now. Why am I leaving? Multiple reasons. I lived in a shared flat with 4 other women. They're way older than I am, and with one of them I was able to have a very good and beautiful relationship as a friend, but with 3 of them I had rather difficulties because they didn't understand why I like the way I live, why I like to be out in nature so much, why I like quiet time so much, and why I am the way I am. And it's fine, honestly, I don't force anybody to understand, and it's sad, but I don't force anybody to see the beauty of nature and quiet and how important it is to be conscious. I'm so happy that the sun is out. That's one of the reasons I'm leaving. The dark months have been very harsh on me. Even though I'm taking vitamin D and a lot of stuff to make me feel better, I miss the sun so much, so it's great to have the sun right now. Ireland has a lot less sun than in Austria, I'd say. So I'm leaving because of the living situation. We had some issues, everybody has a different conception of what it means to be quiet, what it means to be clean, what it means to share a house, and it's made me really unhappy. I was scared to fall asleep because I thought, oh, I'm gonna hear a noise any second, because they have a very different lifestyle than I have. But it's fine. I'm leaving now. I'm moving back home to my parents for the rest of the year, and I never thought I would miss them that much, but having people around you that understand you, that love you, and that respect the way you live and know why you live the way you live, and also live very close to nature, it's very special, and I'm very grateful for that. And also a lot of things I didn't know about were special about Austria. I'm so grateful now. I have a lot of gratitude towards Austria and the place I live. I also have gratitude towards Ireland because it gave me some amazing experiences. Now coming to the guilt part, I feel guilty because it was a selfish decision of leaving, because I'm a volunteer and I help kids kids in distress, who it's not their fault what happens to them, and it breaks my heart every time I think about it, and that I have to leave. And they like me and I like them too, honestly, but I'm at a point where I don't think I can continue this year without destroying parts of myself that are very important in order to help. You can't be a helpless helper. Like, you can't help if you're helpless yourself, and that's very important. And I think I need to work on that, on the helper syndrome, because I always go over the limits, and I got very sick a week ago, and I don't know if it's connected to my mental health, but the moment I had issues with sleeping, I had issues with panic, it was challenging, and I never thought I'm gonna quit, but then I came to a moment where it was super tight around my chest, and I was so scared, I had a panic attack, and I thought I was gonna die. Probably was scared of a spiritual death, not an actual death, because I don't know if you can die from panic attacks. It's the worst feeling ever. Don't get me wrong, I know it. I've had more than enough in my life, but it's always like a spiritual death. A part of you dies. It's resistant to the situation, I guess. And I got super sick after. You hear it in my voice probably. I had the worst flu of my life, and actually physically during the flu, once or twice I felt like calling the ambulance because I thought I can't catch my breath. I thought, fuck, I'm having a heart attack, whatever. It was very rough, and I've been in distress so much because I'm in a flat where I don't really have people that care for me. I'm far from home, and being very sick far from home is one of the worst things. And I've had a lot of guilt concerning leaving, and it pains me that I have to leave these kids and some amazing co-workers I met there behind. They made my life richer, so much richer, and I think I could have kept going, but then I would have left at some point, and then maybe I couldn't have had this experience as a good memory, and I'd rather leave now with having good memories of Ireland, and only a few bad ones. And next year I'm gonna go to university. I kind of already know what I want to do. I'm gonna explain it in another video. But this country showed me what it is to live far from home and what and that it's possible to be beautiful, but especially when it's only for a certain period of time. It's hard to settle down, it's hard to commit. I tried committing a lot, and I think I did to a part, which makes it harder leaving now. I'm scared to disappoint co-workers, disappoint the kids. I already texted them, and they were supporting, but they were sad because one of the reasons I'm leaving is their organization. It's an NGO, I think. They're not funded very well, and they're very in distress right now. They're understaffed, and I am 19 today. Actually, today is my birthday, and I don't have any former experience in this field. I come straight from high school, and I was given tasks to work with kids with autism or PTSD and stuff like that, which I'm just not trained for. And I tried my best doing my best as an empath and trying to have the kids under control. They're very active and very loud, louder than usually when it comes to kids from maybe stable backgrounds, and it's not their fault, not at all, but I recognize that my nervous system can take that much noise and that much stress because I'm just hypersensitive, and I've known that for most of my life. That's why I'm only wearing woolen socks, knitted socks. The last time I've worn actual socks was when I was forced to in school, but I'm only wearing them, and part of my hypersensitivity, I only can have certain garments on my skin. For example, this jacket is super comfortable. It has only natural materials, and I got it for my birthday actually. My parents sent it to me. And one thing I'm trying to deal with actually right now is the guilt that comes with leaving, and also the acceptance of that no matter which road you take, it's the decision you make, and life's gonna evolve from there on, and you can try to be a good person. You should try to be a good person in order to help yourself. And I was trying to be a good person for those kids for 3 months, and now I'm trying to be a good person towards myself. It's not that I haven't tried the last 3 months, but now it's like a decision where as a decision that could be conceived as, or like egoistic, I guess. And it's hard for me to know that some people might think that, or that I gave up, or that I am a loser, or whatever. Because I feel like that too a little, but there were just points here in Ireland. I'm living in the city, in the suburbs close to the city, and going into nature, into actual nature, is super hard, and it has been so hard on my mental health. I feel like a part of me is missing. I miss my animals, like the horses, and like they're not my horses but my neighbor's horses, and the goats and the cats and all that stuff. And I miss doing YouTube actually, and I haven't had any energy or like thought of doing it here in Ireland, just because I was just so uninspired, and I felt so disconnected from nature and all, and myself and the higher being. And I think my very rough days of sickness, I was so scared during that. Honestly, I was so scared. It was like birthing a new version of me, and birth is painful. Birth is very painful, I imagine. I've never given actual birth, but like it felt a little like that. And I think I'm gonna grow from this a lot. Maybe I'm gonna take on like a part-time job in Austria for the rest of the year, and do some volunteering, and take time for myself, and prepare for my studies. That's the plan. But what I wanted to say actually, one poem that helped me a lot, like the last few days, where I was like doubting my decision, and where I disappointed people, and some people understood, like the ones I care about, they understood, which means a lot. Oh, the sun is gone again. It's so cold. It's the poem "The Road Not Taken" by Robert Frost. Two roads diverged in a yellow wood, and sorry I could not travel both, and be one traveler. Long I stood, and looked down one as far as I could, to where it bent in the undergrowth. Then took the other as just as fair, and having perhaps the better claim, because it was grassy and wended where, though as for that, the passing there had worn them really both the same. They both that morning equally lay, in leaves no step had trodden black. Oh, I kept the first one for a different day, yet knowing how way leads on to way, I doubted if I should ever come back. And I shall be telling this with a sigh. Summer ages and ages hence, two roads diverged in a yellow wood, and I took the one less traveled by, and that has made all the difference. And what I like about this poem, it's not about taking the right path, it's about taking one path, and you live with the path you have. You move on, and you're gonna find another path, and then maybe you're gonna not take that side but that side. And it's about being with yourself in your journey, and not thinking about, oh, could have, would have, should have. They kill dreams, they kill spirituality. Could have kill spirituality, so they're never good. Even though I catch myself sometimes like, oh, if I would have, blah blah blah, I could have. You know, the human brain is evil sometimes towards ourselves. It's about, no matter which path you take, you're gonna be fine. It's gonna be hard. You're gonna suffer, but it's gonna be fine. You're gonna be so fine. There's something greater out there, and as long as you are with yourself and are you okay with the mistakes you make and the doubts you have, and are okay with whatever you do and the morals you have, and are like loving yourself and being there for yourself. Because, you know, like in German literature, there's like two souls beat within my chest. It's the soul of taking care of yourself, and then there's the soul of putting yourself out there. And they're always like not fighting, but they're always like in a hopefully gentle discussion about what is good next for me. And like for this summer, I went alone to Italy and traveled there. Had some rough experiences, but looking back, it made me stronger. There, the part of my soul that wants to put me out there won. And then for a while I stayed home in Austria and had a beautiful time, and there the soul that wants to take care of me won. And like leaving for Ireland, which was crazy. Like, I've never lived away from home before. I'm moving to a whole new country over the ocean with nobody I know, in a workplace I'm not qualified for, and I've never been for, together with strangers I don't know. And it's rough. And even though I like to call myself a spiritual person, or a person that tries to calm themselves and navigate themselves through life, it was fucking rough. And looking back, I'm like, wow, you were brave. And I know people who are still in their volunteering jobs, also far from home, and they have a great time, and or sometimes they have a rough time, but they still keep going. And I'm like, oh yeah, I admire that. For me, it was not the right decision. And that's it with deadlines and all. The contract was for 11 years. 11 months, not years. That would have been awful. But I feel like I can serve this project anymore with the state I am right now, and because life here isn't serving me in a way that makes me want to live here. And that's why it's been 3 months for me. I'm gonna go home. I'm gonna celebrate Christmas with my loved ones. I'm gonna return to myself and to my roots, to nature. I'm gonna get the chance to think about life a lot. I'm gonna get the chance to work a new job, collect new experiences, and that's gonna be great. I'm really happy that I get the chance and have the privilege to do that kind of stuff. And one thing, a lot of people texted me through those last days of really suffering. I was in so much pain, and I was like, I'm so sorry, like I if I could stay, I wanted to stay, but it's not making me happy. And I don't know, I've been having insomnia lately, and like some panic attacks because of the stress here and the lack of things that make me happy and all. And a lot of different people, not knowing from each other, texted me, Teresa, life's not always linear, it takes turns, and that's life, that's fine. Imagine your life is a canvas and you're just gonna draw a straight line. You're just like, boring, what's that, modern art, what? But life takes turns, it takes spirals, it takes curves. It's gonna draw this beautiful picture of ups and downs and ups, and it's important to keep going and to not blame yourself for being human, and to be proud of how far you've come, and be okay with failure. Failure is a part of the human existence. We would be gods if we wouldn't fail. But we're human, and as a human we can experience so much beautiful stuff on this planet. And I wasn't able to see that for the last, oh, there's a magpie carrying a very big stick. Oh, that's fun to see. And oh, I forgot what I was talking about. As humans we get to experience so many beautiful things, and it's important to accept that human existence and the failure that comes with it. And I myself am very caught into, oh, what will other people think? I don't want to let anybody down, blah 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 blah. And it projects on myself. I'm like, oh, you let people down, and I'm like, yeah, I let people down, but I don't let myself down. If I wouldn't let people down, I would let myself down, and that's not okay. Not okay at all. And also one realization I made: you're not as important as you think you are. In this world, no matter which job you take, no matter like what education you do, you can be replaced. It's important to be kind. It's important to be human. It's important to take care of yourself in a system that doesn't care who you are. It's important to connect with people, connect with yourself most importantly, and that's what I've lost a lot over the last 2 months: connection with myself and what's important to me. I've been missing music a lot, and Austria. Ireland is beautiful, but due to living in the city, I didn't get to see much of the actual Ireland, except of the week I was away with my mom on the west coast. And I'm missing the countryside and the feeling of waking up with birds noises in your ear and a fresh breeze, and you hear the leaves of the trees, and you wake up and you go outside even though it's like minus degrees something degrees, and you drink your tea or coffee and you watch like a little fox go back into the forest after a night of hunting. And I don't have that in the city, and it makes my life so much richer. That's why I'm going back. It's hard, and saying goodbye is gonna be hard because I won't return to Ireland. But I'm grateful for all the experiences I made, and I want to continue my journey on YouTube because I feel like I have a lot to share, and I want to make this world a better place. And I received some messages of people saying you helped me through rough times, and making YouTube helped me through rough times, so I want to continue that, definitely. So today's lesson is life's not linear. A little catch up on where I am in my life, and life's not linear. Life is ups and downs, and pain is important to see joy, and you're the only person who can let yourself down, and you're the only person who can pick yourself up and say you're okay. If somebody else says you're okay, that's nice, but you need to tell it to yourself and believe it and take care of yourself. Nobody else is gonna do it in this capitalistic society. Take care of yourself. Be gentle. Be okay with your mistakes. You're human. Be okay with failure. And no matter if you take the road less traveled by or the one more traveled by, it's your road, and that's right. And as long as you are with yourself and like see the beauty in everything, in each road, and don't envy others for the road they've taken, you're on the right path. Goodbye.